You have no purpose in your life. You wake up, you go to your school, you return home, then maybe you play some games or you watch some YouTube videos. You pretend to be productive while watching those videos which say that you'll be successful in the next 5 years if you watch those videos. Then you go to bed and another day starts. This is your life. Where is the purpose in that? And if there is no purpose, then how can you expect to be successful, to have money, to be actually happy, to be fulfilled in your life? That's the topic of today's video about me. I'm Prateek, and I got a 97% in my 10th board exams. And I'll tell you how to do the same. I'll make you from an average student to the top of your entire grade without any coaching, tuition, reference books, or whatever. Let's start the video. So, in an average life, generally, the thing is that the person does not have any purpose. You're just living your life thinking that one day you'll get a job, alright, a minimum wage job. Then you'll follow it, you'll go back home, then you'll watch some YouTube videos or whatever. You'll go to sleep and it will start again. Maybe you dream a little big, like, okay, I'll be an entrepreneur, or I'll do this, I'll do that. But you do not do anything for that. If I ask you, what is one thing that you are really good at, that no one else in the world can compete with you, or even if they can, then at least the average world is beneath you in that thing. Is there anything like that for you? Just tell me that. Maybe for some people it's sports, maybe for some people it's playing games, but are there actually such things which are actually impossible or really difficult to compete with? For example, for me, it's academics or my ability to study. It's not only about getting marks, but rather it's about absorbing information. If you give me a book and a time of 1 month, no matter how big the book is, even if it's 1,000 pages, I can ensure that I'll be able to answer any question related to that book after the 1 month time period. That's my ability. And basically, a side effect, or you can say a secondary effect of that is that I get good grades. But what about you? What is your thing? Maybe you are good at playing football. Alright. There are millions of kids who are good at playing football. Maybe you are good at, let's say, playing chess. Are you doing any championships? Are you someone who has an elo so high that you can basically beat most of the people in your school? Maybe you can beat your own teachers. Is that the case? Now, for some people, it might be. Then, are you doing actually anything to pursue that for your life? For most people, the answer is no, right? Now, some people might say that, yeah, I play games very well. I can kill 15 people in CSGO in one game or whatever. Alright. But the question is, are you playing esports? Or are you doing something which can help you make it a purpose of your life? Are you doing something which will help you make it a profession? Make it something that you can earn a living out of? Make it something that you will be happy for? No. For most people, the answer is no. Because generally, they don't have anything like that. Or even if they do, it's just a show. Like, yeah, I have that thing. But when you ask about professionalism, about if it will help them in life, the answer is no. Right? So the problem is not that you are not living or you are not working hard or whatever. It's that you do not have a purpose. You do not have something which you can look forward to every day. Let's say you are with your friends. What are you thinking of right now? You will be thinking of, yeah, like I'm with my friends, whatever. But in life, if someone has a purpose, then even with friends, even with their family, even while watching TV, whatever, they'll still be thinking of that particular thing. If you have a goal in your mind, if you have something that you want to achieve, then you'll do anything that you can to achieve that goal. That simple, right? No matter what it is. Be it that, let's say, you want to play good badminton, alright? Then, it's not that you play for 1 hour a day, then you come home and relax. You'll be playing for 6 hours a day, you'll be playing for 7 hours a day, you'll be watching YouTube videos about it, you'll be playing it on phone or whatever so that you can pass your time. Let's say you are into reading, alright? Now, it will not be that you read for 1 hour, then you get bored, and then you start playing games or whatever. You'll be reading for your whole day, for every part of day that you can. Basically, make it an obsession. Make it so good that even if it's the thing that is common, like let's say playing football again, or maybe playing chess, no one can compete with you in that. Or even if someone is better than you, which of course will be the case, then at least you are at your local maxima. People around you are beneath you in that thing. At least make it so. For example, for me, academics is the thing. Like after I got the highest grades in my school, basically everyone in my school was below me because 97%. While it's not that much, all right. Now some people have got 98 or 99 or whatever. Still, 97% is a pretty good score. And in the history of our school, 97% was the highest grade that anyone had ever gotten. So basically, when compared to the 11th graders and the 10th and the 12th graders, I was at the highest. Basically saying that in the school currently, from all the two teachers and students that are there, I am better than them right now. Now later on it might change. Later on, if I just start playing games or whatever, of course it will change. But still, the point is that if I'm better at something than most people, then I have mastery in that for my local area. Now, of course, there will be some student who has got 100% or some who has got 99%, of course. But still, if you are good at your local maxima, if you are good in your local area, then you are already better than most people who are just averages in their local area or below averages in their surrounding area. Just think about that. Now, why do you even need a purpose? Well, people might say that, oh, this is just like saying that I'm a sigma male or alpha male, have a purpose, wake up at 5 p.m. Whatever. The thing is simple. If you have a purpose, if you have a goal in your mind, then you will not be able to waste your time. Tell me, let's say you want to become a millionaire, alright? Then will you be eating some chips or some shit when you have the goal in your mind that I want to be a millionaire? Let's say you want to get a six pack body, alright? Like maybe a body like Arnold or whatever. At that point, will you be sitting around eating cakes or whatever while you have that goal of I want to become this? No, do not confuse it with the thing of just some people thinking that yeah, I want to do this and then not taking any action for it. That's a completely different thing. That's the difference between a passive goal and an obsession. If you have an obsession, then you will go to any limits, any extents for that thing. If you have a passive goal, then you'll just keep it in mind and just leave it. For example, for me, when I was in 10th grade, I had an obsession with getting marks. I was literally obsessed with the idea of having the highest grades in my school, which I eventually got. So, when I would come back from school and I had to study for 7 to 8 hours, I would be tired as well. Because, of course, I think that you are in my place, alright? You have been studying tirelessly every day for a whole month straight. And still you have to do this. And you know that you have to continue this for another 2 or 3 months. Just think about it. Of course, you'll be tired. Of course, your brain will not want to do it. So, you know what I would do? I would literally take my pen and I would take my wrist and I would poke holes here so that I would wake up. Literally, I was obsessed at such a level that for preventing myself from sleeping, let's say it's 1 a.m. and I'm still studying and I know that I have to study for 2 or 3 hours more, I'll not simply just go to bed and call it a day like most people. I was there taking my pen, poking holes in my wrist so that I could be awake. And later on, it became an obsession to such a level that blood would come pouring out of my wrist, and I would still be doing my work. That was the level of obsession I had. Then, some nights, think about it, the temperature was as low as 5 degrees Celsius, and I would be sitting here, right at this seat, with my fan on at 3, like the speed of fan was 3, at 2 or 3 a.m. doing the work without any major like warm clothes or whatever, just a normal t-shirt, just normal shorts, and maybe a covering of a bed sheet or some shit. Just think about that level of obsession. Now you may ask why? Why were you doing this? The answer was to prevent myself from sleeping. Like I was obsessed to such a level that I could not even think about anything else other than studying. That was my level. And now people might say that all right, whatever. And at that time, people would say to me, Why are you obsessed at such a level? It's not healthy to be so soaked in such a thing, or to be obsessed in studying so much that you forget your own self. But eventually, what were the results I got? The girl that I wanted to have gave her number to me herself. First, highest grades in school, respect from people, the bullying and all that used to happen completely stopped. Then, respect in family, in friends, and everything. Then, I could get whatever I wanted. Basically, let's say I wanted a PS5 or laptop or phone or whatever. I would just have to ask my family and they would give it to me. That was the result. Basically, whatever a 13 or 14-year-old wants, I was maybe 14 years old at that point. Whatever I wanted at that point was given to me just because I did the hard work. That is the level of rewards that obsession gives you, no matter what you want. Let's say you want money and you just start making online businesses, you start doing drop shipping or something. Then eventually the rewards will be so high that you would not even believe it. Everything will fall into place exactly as you want. Now, I don't know if it's a miracle or what, but that's the exact thing that happens. And if you do not have a purpose, then just think about it. 20 years later, you'll be sitting on your couch or whatever, thinking, why I did not do that thing. If you have a purpose to the level of an obsession, then 20 years later, you'll still have a purpose in mind, still have a goal in your mind, still have something to do, even when your wife is saying to you that, hey, let's stay in bed, or it is raining outside, your kids are saying, let's play, but still, you would have a goal in your mind that you would want to achieve. Maybe you're 60 years old, maybe you're 70 years old. Still, you need to have a purpose. That's the point. If you do not, then there's no point in living because the survival of humans always was dependent on purpose. Essentially, purpose throughout human ancestry, throughout human history, has been the greatest motivator for inventors, scientists, masterminds, and the best people in history. That's the thing. That's why you need to have a purpose. Now, if you like this video and you want me to tell you exactly how to study, exactly how to get the grades that I wanted, exactly how to get the grades that I got, then you can click the link in the description. It's literally $5. Like, how much is $5? And you can get the best program about it right now. I'll see you in the program. Till then, you can watch the other videos. I'll see you later. Till then, work like a dog, live like a lion.